Kotaku, you are salty.
Salt is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
You are salty because Asha Sharma and the Xbox team, they are making moves to strengthen the Xbox brand, to make the Xbox brand better. And a matter of fact, these months that would have passed really expose you to being part of the biased gaming media with an agenda to try to get Xbox shut down. I mean, how could you say that this is bad? Asha Sharma trimming the fat, running a lean company. I mean, if we remove the emotion out of it, this is a business, and a business must make money. And guess what? They have to balance making profits and also providing a wonderful experience for their fans and persons who support their platform. So although Asha Sharma is making the right moves, in my opinion, really trimming the fat, I can't believe that you would have put out an article saying that Xbox is now dangling keys. So Asha Sharma would have said exactly what she was going to do. She said that she was going to focus and really pump more money into, established franchises, big franchises that is basically very popular now. I mean, how this could be bad? Let's examine what Kotaku is saying here and let's see whether what they are saying is true.
This would not be the last time we'd see Xbox try to save face by dangling a shiny new project in front of gamers' faces to distract from the devastation it wrought internally. In fact, it has become abundantly clear that shaking keys at us, as if we are toddlers, is the strategy it has chosen to save itself from reputational ruination in the wake of carving a massive scar right through the industry.
So let me get this straight, Kotaku. When Sony do it, for example, lay off a number of persons at Bungie, close studios like Koi and so forth, they are doing this for their business, for the betterment of their business, right? They don't want to bleed money, right? They cancel the studio that made Concord, Firewalk, and what have you. All of that is because they need to benefit their company, right? But Microsoft identifying that here what they had way too much devs, they had way too much manpower, and at the end of the day, you see, we saw the numbers. Asha Sharma told us what was the numbers, and at the end of the day, although these guys were making a lot of games, and some of these games was acclaimed games, it was not selling. It was not selling the way it needed to sell to keep the studio afloat, right? So Asha Sharma is making the relevant cuts based on the data, and this is bad, Kotaku, but when Sony does it, it's good. And a matter of fact, Sony is burning right now because of this situation, but where are your articles on that? I mean, everyone knows that this debacle is the biggest debacle right now on Sony's part, but yet you continue to pump out negative, misleading articles on Xbox, right? Fans all over the world are angry because of Sony doing.
PlayStation's now banning users who criticize their choice on getting rid of physical games. Reports claim official PlayStation live stream moderators issued temporary bans criticizing Sony's move away from PlayStation games, physical games. If you do not know, Sony is getting rid of physical games. In 2028, there will be no more hard copies of games. And although Sony hasn't publicly confirmed a policy banning criticism, current reports center on moderation in specific live stream chats rather than a platform-wide rule. So it could just be a moderator who's like, you know what, you're not gonna criticize the company I work for. But it is happening, multiple different users. And I mean, you have to understand the outrage.
So there are reports of mods banning persons for criticizing Sony, but yet Kotaku isn't writing articles about that. Kotaku isn't making that an issue. I mean, what about this one, Kotaku?
So, this past week, I noticed that a bunch of gamers on Twitter were suggesting that the people defending Sony right now, Sony's attempt to kill physical discs, were actually not humans, that they were hired bots deployed to do damage control.
Attention NS5s.
Wow, are you hearing this, Kotaku? Hired bots, androids, terminators. Sony is hiring these robots to try to spread good news about Sony. So we need a journalist with investigative, abilities to find out whether this is true or not. But all of these rumors are wild. But here you are making an article about Xbox saying that this feels wrong and so forth. Yeah, dangling keys. Come on, Kotaku, better than that.
It has done this several times in the weeks since as the news coming out of the company grew more and more dire. It did this again today. I have no doubt it will jangle the keys again in the future.
Wow! The land of make-believe!
Look at ID Software. In the days after the layoffs, we learned that 96 individuals were cut from the studio's Richardson office. In addition to 40 remote staff reporting there, around half the studio. All in all, ID Frankfurt was also hit. Multiple sources told Kotaku that key positions and entire teams were eliminated, including individuals in charge of ID Tech. Though Xbox disputes the claim that there's only one person left working on it.
So yes, Kotaku would have reported and wrote articles that right now ID Software was basically a shell of itself. So many persons were fired and let go from it. This was the report. I mean, let's listen to what they said just now. They even went as far to say that there were one person working on the id Tech. I mean, this is so crazy. Even if it is you would have gotten that information, do you believe everything that you get right away? I mean, just how ridiculous that song, and these guys believe it. They even wrote articles about it. But did it happen? Well, listen from the horse's mouth himself.
For starts, I'm not saying anything new. Yeah. Our team, there's been reports that like we've been, nerfed into the ground and gutted, and we have 50 people, and that's not true. We're the size we were when we made Doom 2016. And id Tech is very much alive and well. You have to understand, we have id Tech engineers both in Frankfurt and at Machine Games. We collaborate quite a bit. So, the id Tech is there, the Doom team is here, and we're excited to work on, to share with you guys more of what we're working on in the future when it is appropriate and approved. But that's right.
So the director of id Tech is saying here that no, they're okay. Yes, they did suffer losses, but it's not as severe as how the media, the biased gaming media, is portraying it to be. So who should I believe? Should I actually believe the director of id saying it? Or should I believe Kotaku, someone so credible and someone who is trying to balance all of this false information better than this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Shout the season, man. Shout the season, man. Yo, I'm
At the same time, Kotaku, where are all your articles on Marathon? Remember the game that Sony recently launched? Where are all the articles? I mean, look at Marathon's player count for the weekend. I mean, just look at it.
Kadara can go coma, roll this coconut on top of your eye, close your eye, and roll it about 20 minutes 5 times a day, and it's going to help you to see better.
Terrible. We even have studio leads leaving the company. Where are the articles on this? Where are all your articles on this? I mean, it is just ridiculous. But you have everything to say about id, and which the studio director said it's a lie. So, I mean, you look goofy at this point, Kotaku.
The last few weeks have seen emerging reports of devastation across Bethesda. Devs working on the Elder Scrolls 6 are worried about the game being further delayed due to the cuts. Bethesda HR forced staff to remove an in-office memorial to their laid-off colleagues. Bethesda union workers, among others, rallied earlier this week to protest the layoffs and are filing unfair labor practice charges against Xbox for allegedly mishandling them. The Bethesda Game Studios Union says that a total of 440 union roles were eliminated across ZeniMax and Bethesda's organized workers. None of that is good PR for Xbox. So Todd Howard has been paraded out with a statement that does not once mention the massive loss of talent and experience across Bethesda staff, but instead focuses on all the cool, shiny new games the studios are making. Have they checked to make sure they didn't inadvertently get rid of key individuals necessary to making all of that? I have no idea, but given all the things Xbox devs have said publicly, I'm not super confident they have. And don't get me started on how ominous this all feels for the ESO team, which is apparently going to be working in closer collaboration with Bethesda going forward. Always a great sign amid massive restructuring. But it's fine. We got the Elder Scrolls 6, Fallout 5, remasters of Fallout 3 and New Vegas, a new Fallout made by Obsidian, updates for Starfield, an expansion for Fallout 76, a reality show based on Fallout Shelter for some reason. You see, it's fine. Look at all the Fallout we can make with the folks we have left.
So yes, Kotaku here is talking about the recent announcements of a number of different Obsidian and Bethesda games that are coming out, mainly Fallout and Elder Scroll. Now, they did say a lot about the layoffs, and I'm just say, it's very unfortunate for those honest and hardworking devs. However, they did say who is going to make these games. If it is that all these layoffs happened at Bethesda, who is making it? I want you to think, Kotaku. Do you think Asha Sharma, Obsidian, Todd Howard would go out on a press conference to talk about games coming to Xbox and games coming out from their studio if they didn't have enough devs to make the games? Think about it for a little while, Kotaku. I'll give you some time. I want you to think real hard. Because I don't know who are the ones writing these articles. The mere fact that Asha Sharma came out and said what she said, Bethesda came out and said what they said about, upcoming games. Because just look at some of the games. We are getting remastered of Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. We are getting a brand new Fallout coming out. We are seeing more money and more, resources are being pumped into Bethesda to create a next Elder Scroll games. Look at how many contents are happening. And let me just say that Asha Sharma is doing something that Phil Spencer and the rest of the team didn't do. They are not capitalizing on the popularity that is Fallout. If it is a Fallout remastered version came out the same time as the series, you know how well that would have done? But again, they missed that opportunity. Hopefully, they can get the remastered version out before the new season of Fallout starts. But this is what Asha is talking about. In order to grow profits, in order to make fans happy, games that they want, they no longer have to wait 10 and 15 years for these games. These games are going to come out faster and hopefully better. So let's hope and see where this goes. I'm liking the direction Asha is going in, but there's a lot of salty guys out there. There's a lot of biased gaming media out there who is going to spread all of these think pieces, lies and deceit. But again, this is why we're here to cut through all the lies and give you just the facts. And this is good news for any gamer. This is good news for Fallout fans, Bethesda fans, Elder Scrolls fans. This is just simply good news. So as the gaming industry continue to spew that ooze onto Sony and their players,
oh my God, how grotesque. I'm not...
That's some brown ooze there, ponies. So as we continue to see how the backlash when it comes to this situation that Sony got themselves into is going to affect Sony and other businesses. In next videos I'll show you how other indie devs have been affected by this situation here. But let me hear what you think. Do you think Asha is making some good moves? Do you think that putting more money and more backing behind popular franchises would work for Xbox? And what about making them exclusive? Let me hear what you think in the comment sections below. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.